So who would like to recap what has happened recently?
Would love to hear Demon's POV on this.
Okay, fine. So memory shite, give me a second. So last session, at least, we headed down the pit of death and destruction and found our way, met with the two ghosts of the two big guys that caused the big war that shit just fucked everything. Basically had a small conversation. They were all intrigued to learn about us. Solas asked if he'd committed any genocide yet, which he sort of has. And then we fought the big Kraken squid lady who killed. Turns out part of Inqua's wife was in there, no big deal. But yeah, got the husk, and we are now back here after Solas got his shit kicked in after being thrown against a wall, and is in the midst of therapy post being traumatized by lack of cool sword, which he had to into a while ago. But yeah, he's recovering.
Cool sword, also known as the sword that we stole off Sklod after we killed her. It's very cursed.
Also known as the trauma sword now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sorry I didn't end up texting more. My ex moved out this week, so...
No worries.
Sorry, I didn't text at all. I forgot.
It's fine.
So we're currently there. Do we want to go like a bit deeper of a recap to catch Matt up on what's happened?
Yeah, I can't help you there.
Have you been able to keep up with the videos, Matt, or not?
No, I did not.
All right,
Unfortunately.
let me pull open the old YouTube so I can look at like the names and then just remember.
That's what I do too. Instead of taking notes anymore.
Okay, where did we lose Inqua at?
So killed Sklod was sort of the last thing that you guys did. So,
were you there for the boons?
Yeah, Matt was there. Yeah, we got that boons for sure.
Okay, so it would have been the interlude and onwards.
Okay.
Not that many.
So then the next session, we went and killed the Master of Games. Ollie showed up, and popped in for like half the session, and basically just showed up, killed the Master of Games, left without any questions. Then after that, Chance and Audra got engaged, and we decided to just kind of fuck off to Grove because our work in Girasse was done. Then we have the one where we have made connections and everything of the Kanda line is the same line as the Oracle. So Chance is related to the Oracle who has made the prophecies, and Shadow is his great uncle. The one who extorted us into like all the money in Girasse.
Oh yeah.
I also rolled a nat 20 on a persuasion and just kind of casually got 10,000 gold from Girasse.
Oh god.
From the Girasse bank. Literally walked up and went, look, my family's been banking with you for like years and years. Like we have these old bonds from years and years ago from like the now defunct previous owned bank, and they just honored them because I rolled a nat 20, so I just have more gold than I know what to do with.
Huh.
Then we just
Interesting.
So then that's when we learned about the true nature of Castle Rendion, which is a ancient Medal castle that apparently it was potentially created by demons. It eats people's minds. It like the saying goes, before you like get down the first corridor, you're going to lose your mind because it has driven you insane and devoured it, and then it's going to devour your body to sustain itself. So we decided to go after one of the lieutenants of Cool to try and get more information about it. So we just kind of dropped in on some banditry. Just some random like roadside banditry, absolutely annihilated some bandits, and the survivors got enlisted into the Summit of the Second Sun. Forcibly.
You annihilated them in the most like chaotic war crime way possible. Fireball.
They were doing bad shit.
Cool motive,
and
murder.
Yeah, then we explored a canyon a bit that had a bunch of lightning elementals and other elementals, dust elementals and everything on our way to Cool's lieutenant, who happens to be a blue dragon. That's something that is more or less the spawn of a Arazid, who we then proceeded to befriend.
And gave a nickname as well.
Yeah. And basically it told us that Castle Rendion has been conquered by Matria, who is teaching graviturgy to Cool's army. And that's probably a reason why the castle has moved.
In the terms of what Inqua has been up to, he has been helping to prepare a lot of weaponry. And as he finishes, he is handed 2 scrolls for his hard work. A scroll of teleport and a scroll of plant growth. Pass through plants.
Oh, transport via plants.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
The person who gives it to him, Morgan, leader of the Thieves Guild, thanks him for his service and encourages him to meet up with his friends again.
Nice.
Which I assume you would use the teleport scroll for?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't see why not.
That's what they need to mimic a fraction of my power.
So, back in the sanctum on the top floor, there is some therapy going on. Solas got the evil blade from Sklad and secretly attuned to it and used it in the last fight against the Kraken, who was also Anna.
Yeah, nobody liked that.
They have essentially forced him into talking about his problems. And this is when Inqua will poof.
So yeah, Solas would be like more around here. It's kind of leant up against the wall.
Yeah, I think we kind of have devolved to over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have moved the sword as well, Chance?
Oh yeah, the sword's on Chance's belt.
Okay. I'll put Inqua like here then. You guys are talking and then suddenly you just hear a pop!
Huh.
Grandpa's back!
Hello.
So, this is the weird time.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically, Solas would be kind of leant up, sat down, back against the wall, with everyone else kind of around him, with bedrolls and such, just kind of underneath to make things comfortable. And if you were to look at Solas, he doesn't look physically different, but there's something about his temperament that's, since you've last seen him, has definitely changed.
Huh. You look paler than normal. I said you look paler than normal.
Do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Don't think I do. Either way, there's a couple things we need to do. Sword, let's go in the fucking volcano. Myself, I have a conversation to have, whether that's happening before or after the sword. I will leave that up to you, Chance, because you have taken it for yourself. And
I am still into the camp of tossing this fucking sword into the volcano.
oh, I know, but I'm saying, do you want to do that first, or?
Are we sure that's a good idea? Because what if, like, I don't know, like, the metal that it's made of is still, like, cursed, and now there's just a bunch of cursed metal floating around the volcano, and then you're still, like, attuned to that cursed metal, and then we can't make the sword again because it's all in the volcano.
Well, Solas can just unattune to it.
Yeah, there is no part of it that says I simply cannot. At least that I noticed.
Oh, I was under the impression that because it was cursed, that was not, like, an option.
Well, it's not cursed in the same sense that the cloak, the Hellhound cloak, was cursed. It's not really cursed, to be fair. It's just got a lot of negative energy magic within it. It's complex bullshit. Either way, there's obviously a few things need to be done. But yeah, do you want to throw that in first, then I can have a talk by myself with a very particular person, just so I can get things sorted out on that end. That would be great, but I leave that again up to you.
Well, I think unattunement's probably the best first step, and then we can go. Like, I will just go chuck the sword. If anybody wants to come with me, we can just go toss it into a volcano.
I'll come with you.
So as they're kind of talking about this, Solas would just kind of try and unattune from the sword here and there, like here and now.
What are you doing? No. Stop. Can't you think of all the good things that I could do for you? No.
I'm sorry.
The voice
Kind of
cuts out in your mind.
say as it's cutting out, he would respond just by saying, I'm sorry, I don't want to borrow power anymore. I want to use my own. Yeah.
Alright then, Chance will get up. Sword still on waist, and he's going to walk over here and watch reactions.
The sword seems to vibrate slightly as if in despair or fear. So
As it moves.
feels a bit lighter.
Yeah, as it moves away from Solas, like outside of that 10 feet and everything, nothing happens.
He seems to retain his sight. He is looking at you.
Chance will give a thumbs up. Oh, by the way, we should probably, Providence, my friend, and Chance is gonna walk up to this machine, and then just kind of place his hand over the area that's just gonna take blood. We need you to do a quick little blood test to see if you have any interesting characteristics like this, and Chance is gonna let the machine take blood.
It would help if this entire time my microphone was not muted.
Oh no.
Alas, like Providence, I wasn't saying much. No, she basically snaps seemingly out of her thoughts, counting the specific scratches on the ceiling, just looking at you, and just not saying anything, just watching.
What does the blood result come back as?
for chance?
Yes.
The standard rejection response that you've received before, that your blood is not compatible with the air element.
Well, doesn't it normally tell you just like all the resonance and everything at that point?
Right, yes. Your blood is resonant with earth.
And
I'm
it
sorry, did you say
retains-
Earth?
Yeah. Does it retain original sin?
Traces.
Ah, perfect. So Chance will kind of like shake it, like rub his hand a bit. If you could, also do this just so we can see.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it in a minute.
All right then. Well, I believe it's well time to go throw a sword into a volcano.
I know I said I was gonna go, but I think I'll wait for Providence, actually.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go throw a sword in a volcano.
Have fun, don't fall in, please.
The Chance is going off to the volcano.
As is Solas, it would seem. Anyone else?
Solas is going to the barracks.
Aha. To have a good lie down?
Yeah, sort of.
Audra's gonna go get stabbed.
Blood incompatible with air. Too much water.
And feeling judged by this machine, will then leave.
Anyone else want to have a go?
She would, but not right now.
Okay.
I'm good. I'll pass.
Providence, yeah. Does Providence stay where they are or follow the others?
Stay where they are for a bit.
Okay. And I assume Arazid and Inqua would also stick around.
Yeah, I'm doing that thing where I'm like, oh, I'm worried about this person, but I'm gonna try to be unobtrusive, so I'm like staying a little bit away.
Okie dokie.
You know, I've got the faintest recollection I've seen this map before, but I couldn't tell you where.
There's probably a bit more greenery.
Yeah,
You've never been to the island, have you? As Providence.
as Providence, no.
So you leave this building and you're expecting to be in like some kind of town, or like see like a sea of like sand before you, and when you look around the horizon and realize that you are like quite high up in the air, there's a strange sense of vertigo as you either would leave the island or just look out a window, I mean.
Hmm.
It does feel quite comfortably hot, though.
Why is there a shadow in the shape of a cup on the corner of the mountain up there?
Because there was a ship there that some people used to try and explore this place, but it's part of the map, so I couldn't just delete it, so I had to just blur it out when the party took it to leave.
Okay.
There you go. You can see I've had multiple efforts to remove it. Chance, do you fly up or like go to the
Oh yeah,
core?
chances of flying up there.
And the Sword of Coal is thrown into the volcano.
Oh, Chance would be like hovering over it, looking down as he just unclips the Sword of Cool from his belt and just kind of holds it over. Any last words, you cursed piece of shit?
You haven't listened to me thus far. Why should I beg for my life now? If you're going to kill me, then kill me. It will not help you.
And Chance would just let go.
The sword screams as it touches the lava, and I'd like you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. Oh shit. I forgot about the other thing. It curses the closest object, doesn't it?
It's got a lot of things. Let me just double check that.
18.
You can hear it like screaming in your mind, and it takes all your willpower to resist the psychic damage that it is trying to cause. Or maybe not trying, but it causes on you as it dies. And you take 4 points of psychic damage.
Chance kind of dusts his hands as he takes 4 points of psychic damage. With a shrug, he will then turn, kind of look over the island, look down on Onalimbo, and then head back towards the research institute to go try and find Ophabaris, to see what he's been up to, what the rascal's been up to.
Little scoundrel. Okay, what does Audra do?
I think Solas said he was going to talk to a particular person, but didn't say whom he was talking to, correct?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to go 90% of the way into being in the barracks, and then stops, and then just kind of sits outside, and is going to short rest until she gets her wild shape back, and then probably just going to sit outside as a golden retriever and just wait.
And would Solas like to roleplay that conversation here, or is it a secret?
No, let's say what he'd... So, you kind of head into the barracks, and if memory serves, there was a large room with a number of beds that was just kind of thrown around all over the place.
Yeah.
When we first came here. Kind of go into there and push all the beds around so there's a sizable circle in the middle. And then while standing in the middle, making sure there's a fair bit of space, he'd try and figure out a way to break both his oath and his pact with Mekis.
I can't upload it because space, but
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
here's the barracks map.
Yeah.
So how do you do this? Do you get on your knees and pray? Do you just shout curses at her?
He would... I think the way he'd go about it is trying to sort of visualize it in a physical form. Like the connections he has that the powers feeds through. And just try and find a way to break those connections by himself without having to make any connection to Mekis, as far as he knows, she is not in the right mind to be talked to in any capacity.
In your mind's eye, you see like a piece of string that comes out of your chest where your heart is and juts off into the sky. Though it ceases being visible, kind of fades into nothingness about 15 feet away from you. It seems so breakable. Like you could just wrap your hands around it and just snap the string in two.
You would take a deep breath, just kind of gently take hold and sort of wrap it round his hand almost as sort of support, and then just try and pull.
Please make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Why do you have a plus 15?
Paladin.
You wrap your hands around. It's more of a test of will than it is a test of strength. And the thread snaps in half. You feel an emptiness and a heat, a burning pain inside your chest. You look down at your hands where they touched the thread and you see that they have been covered in blood. A blood that tingles with the fires of hell.
Huh.
But for the first time in perhaps your whole life, you seem to breathe easier, feel less burdened.
I think his first instinct upon gaining this power would just be to manifest it in any way, shape, or form and just fire it at a fucking wall nearby.
Sure. I assume that you've updated that with what we talked about briefly.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You do so, and something you're familiar enough with, a firebolt. Although the fire is like darker red than you're used to, like it's kind of influenced by your blood. It shoots out and hits against the stone wall opposite you.
Man, this feels so fucking good. Okay. And I'd imagine... well, let me look specifics real quick. Okay. So yeah. And as he would fire it off, he'd sort of exhale a bout of, like, black smoke and embers, but not really enough. That's not enough that it lingers around for too long. But after that, he just kind of enters a weird state where he feels like he just needs to feel better. And so he takes the tie out of his hair, letting it down, and just sort of wanders about the room a bit, taking in the feeling of just finally feeling free after all this time. And then he would walk out. That's too big.
Just a little bit. Do you have art for that I could update the system with?
Yes. Oh, well, that's an experience. He says he just walks out the door.
He sees a golden Labrador sitting, waiting for him.
Well, this is unexpected. I would have thought you'd gone up to chance, but I can't really blame you, Audra.
He just starts pawing at your pants, like in an "are you okay" sort of way.
Yes, I am fine, perfectly fine. And just a little, it's definitely a bit more bloody than expected, but it worked out.
You're like for sure good now, because I was really worried about you earlier.
Well, I definitely feel better, son. Of course, there's a few things that still need working out in my head, but I can sort through those when we have time. But generally, yeah, now I'm honestly feeling better than I ever have in my life.
Just kind of bark, bark, runs in like a circle around your legs.
Oh,
Does the figure eight.
just kind of chuckle as it happens, just sort of not really knowing what to do in the situation. But yeah, I think.
Then it's gonna like bite onto like your belt and start dragging you towards the rest of our friends.
Okay, I was just gonna wander around, but that's fine.
We need to tell everyone else you're better immediately.
Okay. And he would eventually return. Well, oh, hold on. And as he's kind of walking back up, he just kind of notice he has a few strands of hair going in front of his head, that the tips of his, the kind of ends of his hair are no longer pure white, but rather deeper orange than they were. Just go like, oh. To be fair, I never did like the white.
Oh, you didn't like purposefully dye your hair with like tea and stuff in the 5 minutes you were in there?
Oh no, this is just happens. It's either a thing to do with what I am or just something. I don't know.
Do I notice anything else different about Solas as I am figure eighting?
Whenever he breathes out, before it was just fairly normal, but you see like small little flecks of embers just fly out and then disappear about an inch out of his mouth. And it's almost like the heat around him, the air around him is a fair bit hotter than it was before.
Thank God you're not a stealth character.
I never have been.
Audra drags the new improved Solas back into the Institute. You guys are outside. As chance, with a little bit of a head start, would have found Ophibaris on the first floor in the library.
Oh, there you are.
Ah, greetings, my friend. You are back, I see. Do you want your gem back?
Hold on for the time being. I don't know if we're staying long. We're just overnight to recharge. I take it everything went well then?
Everything is slow going, but this old girl did make it all the way to Onilimbo, which, well, we could hardly say for many things.
How long have you been in here? Have you gone over all the books yet?
There are so very many books to go over. Many of them are not even in a language I speak. It has been an interesting time. Constantly casting language reading spells. And then finding out that you obsessed over a cookery book.
That's fair. Is there anything here on two subjects that I'm looking for? Perhaps you could aid me in seeing if there's anything here. One is there anything mentioning a castle Rendion?
But not that I have come across. But if I do, you will be the first to know.
All right. Is there any books here in relation to an oracle at all?
Oh yes, a few of them. Mostly intelligence.
Where are they? This character has come up multiple times, and there's a potential that I may have a gift similar.
Oh, that would be very interesting. Let me see. There's one over here. One over here. There you are, my lad. 3 books. One detailing the Oracle's family, her living locations, habits, that kind of thing. Very much the kind of thing you want to know if you're going to assassinate somebody. Oh, and then there's another one here on the theorizing about what her powers could possibly be. I suppose that one would be of quite a lot of use to you.
And the final?
The final one seems to be analyzing her prophecies themselves.
I see. Chance will put the 3 books into his pack. These will prove most useful. Has there been any word from Onalembo of what they're doing next, or?
They have been spending much of their time putting together their army recently. We have
Good.
offered that they ride the island down towards Grove or possibly Duress. They're not quite sure of what it would be better for them to go onto yet. But it would be quicker than on a Gembe.
Very well then. I will speak to my compatriots, and we may disembark to go pay them a visit. Either way, thank you for your help, and is there anything that we can do for you?
You could possibly provide a few more candles, writing implements, that kind of thing, like most of the things I can find here have already been written in, and the ink will run dry many years ago.
I'll see what we can scrounge up. I'm sure I have some. I think I might have a spare journal here, and Chance is gonna like flick through his stuff and like just pull out like, just like a blank journal that he would have bound himself at some point. That may have like a few pages in the front written on like calligraphy, just like practicing writings and everything. First few pages aren't really the I was using to practice some writing and everything, but you're free to take this, and I'm sure. And basically, Chance is just going to hand over, like the inks, the old pens, and everything that he had, because where he now has the emerald pen, he doesn't need them.
Cool. Oh. I see a lot of promise in this calligraphy. Keep at it, my lad.
Oh, I intend to.
And many thanks once more. I will be here, as always, should you have need of me.
Chance will nod. All right, then. I should regroup. It was good seeing you. I'll let them know that you're here if anybody has any questions.
Wonderful. I do wish them my best.
I'll pass it along, and Chance will nod and head out.
Overbarris returns to the library that, the section of the library he was examining, at which point he would probably pass Solas and Audra on the stairs as they all make their way up to the top floor.
Regrouping at the top.
And have the three others been doing much of note?
Probably after a little bit of not doing anything, I will just simply walk over to Inqua and pull out Anna's ring and hand it to him.
Thank you. Where'd you get this from?
Someone's got to explain it to you, and it's better someone that you're more likely to be okay with hating rather than, one of those lot. Anna was part of a entity that was protecting the husk. Defeated that entity, and then Anna walked out of the husk, squid guardian thing, spoke to me. She seemed alright. I'll paraphrase a bit, but she basically said to kind of hurry up with bringing her back. But that's your business, not mine. Handed me that ring, and then stepped inside of me. So I think there's a part of Anna inside of me, which is a bit confusing.
Huh.
But yeah, there's the ring back. If you do manage to find a way to bring them back, I'm more than happy to help. And then I go stick my hand in the machine to avoid any further questions.
Before you turn away, I would like you to please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I didn't mean to GM roll it, but there you go.
15. Your hand twitches as if you want to strike Inqua.
Inqua, before I go, do I have your permission to slap you? I have the distinct feeling that Anne wants me to hit you, and I don't want to hit you, but...
Can I have that amulet that I got from her a while ago, the amulet of proof against detection magic. Could I pull that out towards Providence's hand?
It twitches once more and tries to lunge for the amulet. Do you resist?
No?
Is this... Well, I guess not. Maybe it's like a contact thing.
Providence's hand wraps around the amulet, squeezing it tightly. Your hand is brought up to your face, so you can see this amulet in a lot more clarity.
Okay, good vision, not that close.
And then the amulet is thrown against Inqua's chest.
Oh.
And the influence that you feel begins to fade.
Sorry.
No worries.
Figured it's better in your hands than
Probably is. No offense.
not hand machine. Go.
You slap your palm down onto the needle that you have been shown. It takes a droplet of your blood, and then a voice speaks from within the machine. Compatibility found. Original sin of air detected.
The thing speaking. Inqua, what the fuck is that thing?
That's a good thing. It means your blood has value to bringing back the sun, as weird as it sounds.
Yeah, it's not like bad. It's gonna help us save the world.
All my blood has ever done is do bad things. This isn't a good thing.
Well, we can unpack that if you would like to. Okay, let's walk and talk.
I'm good. So,
Okay, because I mean, you know, we're all of us are like, that's why we had like that whole the core and the heart and like I forget all the other ones. I only paid attention really to the core and the heart.
prophecy bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like it's more widely applicable than to just us. I feel like any sort of group of people could come together and save the world, but right now we're the closest ones.
I mean, we're the ones who have been basically forced to go do it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah.
Cool.
Is it something you'd rather not be doing?
Puts a few wrongs right, so can't hurt. Yes.
Yeah, or it could. I mean, it's definitely gonna like flood some cities and probably destroy a few lives, but I guess it's good for most people. I've been kind of worried about that part, but I haven't really been saying anything.
I wouldn't bother.
The other three would emerge from the stairs.
Oh, I guess we went up opposite sides of the stairs. The deed's done. Swords in lava. It tried to deal some damage to me on its way out. Nothing major. Just a slight headache.
Oh, that's an upside.
All of a sudden figurating around your legs. Are you sure you're okay? It's just a headache. Are you for sure? Are you sure?
Oh yeah, it was more of like a heat of the moment. I think final like fuck you type thing where it tried to attack my mind. It didn't work, and it just caused like a very slight headache. Headache enough to kill a peasant. With that, Chance then just kind of reaches into his bag and pulls out a book and then just cracks it open. So Ophabaris is doing well.
That's cool. What did he say exactly?
Well, everything's gone pretty well according to plan. He needed some more writing supplies, so I gave him some of mine. If anybody has some spare candles, I'm sure he will also appreciate those. As well as Onalembo's unsure if they should send their forces to Grove or to Jaras to help. So we may want to pop down at some point to talk to them.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I think they should send it to Grove, though.
Well, I mean, we already have a fair amount of forces in Grove, and if what we think is true, then we don't know where Rendion's going to end up. We don't know where Cool is going to end up. However, we know Mechas is heading to Grove, so I believe we should be at Grove. So perhaps we could bring some, or get some sent to Grove on Gembe and the rest of the army to reinforce Duras, because Chan's gonna look over to Inqua. How okay is Morgan's at defending that city? Like, does he need more help?
Would I know this? Like, DC rather competent?
Yeah, Inqua has now spent enough time personally helping them with their defense that you know roughly what the state of it is. At front, Morgan seems to be quite confident, but you know that he is secretly really quite despairing over the chances. Basically, the entirety of Blue Rock Lake has now been emptied, and everyone from there has come to Duras. So it has massively increased the amount of capable people that can defend it. But from what he's heard of, from what Morgan has heard of the forces that are approaching, he thinks that maybe there would never be enough people to defend.
He's competent, but I guess there's general concern over the actual force coming.
Alright, then we can see if we could split up their force a bit, if Onalembo is okay with that, or if we have to decide. I believe we're probably... I don't want to sound overconfident or anything, but I believe we're probably just as powerful as a fighting force as maybe half of them? I don't know how many they have. That's actually probably an overestimation.
At least on the plus side, you know that Duras and Grove aren't going to be attacked on the same day anymore.
Oh, did we confirm that? I thought it was still 17 and 17.
You, so on Koth's map, the force that was going to strike at Own on day 5 would have continued on to attack Duras on day 17, but you have delayed the Duras force essentially by a good few days.
Okay, so that's that force, so we've delayed on Duras. Okay, so then Grove's going to be the first battle, and then we have time to get people to Duras. In a potential. If things don't just, like, end in Grove. Alright, so Chance would kind of turn toward... Well, given the delays, we should probably have them head to Grove. We make the stand there, then we load up as many people as we can to then go to Duras and help there if needed.
Agreed.
So I'm willing to go wherever, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we also could just, and Chance is just gonna like motion towards the dials and everything.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I think,
We
like,
have
do all the stuff
everything.
to save the stuff.
We can go get Amoja, who can provide air. I can provide earth. Solas can provide fire. I believe, Audra, you will provide water? If my memory serves correct?
But what would, isn't there going to be like shouldn't we prepare for like Arazid was talking about floods?
In which case, what do we just send out warnings and say, hey, second sun's coming back up in 2 days, get to high ground?
Yeah.
The only place of civilization that really is going to get hit is Blue Rock Lake, from what I can tell.
Which is already gone.
Well, then we're good to go.
Okay, that clears up my conscience. I think we should do it for sure.
Could have unforeseen consequences.
Yeah.
What if this isn't everything we need? What if
Yeah,
this
but it
is
could also
just
give us like an advantage because it could really trip up our enemies. So like, oh man, this second sun's back up. Oh man, everything's flooding. Like that could really give us an advantage.
Our troops would probably be thinking the same thing. So it's kind of like evil level playing field.
What day is it
Level
on
playing
the
field except for us, and we're super powerful. At least I think so.
What was that? Sorry, Inqua?
I was asking what day it was on the evil raid.
It is currently the evening of day 9.
Okay. One of the things I was thinking of was could perhaps lure. That'd be too late. If we get everyone into these cliffs, the Death Knell cliffs, and then we just flood out an entire army. That's a possibility.
That's a really smart idea. Do we know exactly where they are right now? I think they were in shoot.
Another issue is
They were in or around Nabon, right?
As we know from that Cool was on his way to the Kamtawa Abyss, meaning that Cool himself is not moving with the army.
But we could wait until maybe we could try to time it to see when he would be at the Abyss and then do it, because the Abyss is going to flood.
Well, this is less about killing Azar Cool and more about taking out a large.
Well, yeah, but the large army is mainly they're partially controlled by him with magic. So if he dies or loses concentration on the ability to do that,
well, the dead are still dead. Yeah.
Well, they might not have to die. They might just not be under his control anymore. It's actually maybe avoiding killing thousands of people.
Okay then. And I see no benefit to not doing it now. People may be a bit confused, but
there is one potential, or there's a couple potential issues. There's still Castle Rendion, which Matria controls, that even if Cool is gone, still poses a cataclysmic threat. There's still the fact that we don't know what this even is going to do. It could empower Mechas even more, and so long as Mechas is under control of Cool, we could just be giving the enemy more power.
You would also lose the orbs and everything they have given you.
Ooh, no, we need to keep the orbs. We need to keep the orbs. Control Z, never mind. Let's wait. Because if we go into this battle without our boons, that might not be that good.
So just as a frame of reference, you don't need to be attuned to the orbs to maintain the boons. I have confirmed that myself.
Well,
but you do need to be on your
God
person.
just said.
They do need to be on your person, however. So if you want to...
Yeah, and they're gonna be... Once we undo the thing, they're gonna be subsumed into the ritual, so...
Oh, yes, I'm just saying, if you want to have something else in the place of them, or maybe, I don't know. It's just a general suggestion. I wasn't saying that we put them in there and be fine. No, not at all.
Well, there is what Amanoth said, which is that perhaps the orbs didn't do anything, simply awoken things already within us.
Can I Arcana check to see what effect the orbs being possibly destroyed would have on our epic boons?
Sure,
Can I help?
you can try. You are really unsure. You think possibly they would disappear, but what Amanoth said has stuck with you. The fact that the light, when you put the orbs together, a light came down from above. You think maybe, possibly, the boons would stick around? You know for certain that all of the other things, all the spells that they allow you to cast, those would disappear, since the orbs themselves would be gone. But the boons, you're uncertain.
In any case, I feel like there's a good case for keeping them until after we fight this particular battle.
Very well then. I do believe, though, we should double check and identify exactly what the husk is, and if it has any beneficial effect to keep with us, or if we should keep it here on the island, where it will be safe.
As you're discussing this, Audra, you hear a voice in your head. Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
'Tis I, Berros. Owen has, fallen.
Owen has fallen? All of my friends here, psychically.
The army is beginning to march. About twice the size now.
It's twice the size now. I told you guys we should have gone back to Own.
There's quite a few undead as part of it. I see this scary looking woman being carried on some kind of litter. She seems to be controlling them, and she's standing next to some scaled man.
Abalakra, you bitch.
Yeah, everybody's hearing this broadcast psychically to them.
I feel like we should have seen this coming.
I literally did see this coming. I warned all of you guys.
Yeah, but, I mean, it seemed Abalakra wanted to be a vulture, not an active participant.
No, she was into it. I warned all of you. God damn it.
I mean, when we met her, she definitely seemed more like a survivor than a gatherer, so to speak.
Anyway,
They're
need
leaving
to
the
hide
city now?
They're beginning to leave the city. I've been spotted. And the connection cuts off.
Oh, fuck.
Well?
Okay, this calls for coming out of wild shape. I'm very upset.
Good news is we've delayed them by 4 days.
We should have gone back. I was worried about this. The army has doubled in size, and now there are undead in it. This is not good. I hate undead. Blabber don't. Yeah, I undogged for this.
Well, let's just get
I'm gonna kick the nearest thing that's nearby. If that's the wall, so be it.
It's the wall or Solas, your choice.
I look at Solas and like there's like a half second of considering it, and then I kick the wall, and then I'm like, oh, my foot!
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
I understand, but that was really stupid.
Told you we should have killed her. Oh, I hate that woman.
Yeah, well, I mean,
What's done is done.
there are a bunch of things we need to do right now. And a lot of them immediate, a lot of them not. But it's a matter of when we do them and...
What time is it now, Ren?
It's like 7 p.m.
I still believe that Rendayon is the highest concern.
No, definitely.
And we should probably stop into Onolembo. I would like to go looking for some magic items and replenish some stocks and such. We also should probably inform the council of what is happening and decide where the army should focus their efforts.
And Remdion is like in the other direction from Onolembo, right? So we have to go there and then come back. Are we going to use plants?
I know it's
kind of in the middle of the desert. It's also kind of in the same direction as Own, so when... Oh gosh. Okay, so if we were to sleep, I'm doing some mental math, if they're just sleeping Own now, how long would it take an army to get to Gerass?
It was estimated it would take about 10 days for the army to get from Own to Gerass.
Okay, so we have some time. We have about 10 days, but we have to move possibly a large amount of people if we want to go make a stand at Gerass. 10 days is a lot of time, though. So
we only have 7 until the army arrives in Grove as well.
7.5.
So then we would
right
have
now.
3 days to move whoever is still capable to Gerass.
okay, I was gonna say, yeah, since Grove is happening first, let's have the army go there, and then we can move people to Gerass after that. Right?
I think so. We have to stop them sometime, so might as well try to do
When
it
you have
there.
this big rock, it moves fast. It can do that move in less than 3 days.
And if it is too slow, we can always like ditch it in the middle of the desert and then do that cloud spell.
Well, that's not enough for like an army. Most of my spells that make people go really fast kind of top out at like 10-ish people.
Oh.
But I guess we should go down before it gets too late. God, this is such bad news. Unless anyone else has a better idea.
No, I believe it's best to go into Onolembo.
By the way, Audra is holding Arazid's hand so tight that you might start to lose circulation in your fingers.
He's grinning and bearing it. Yeah, we should go into Limbo, and then go to the castle, and then go to Jiros.
Are you okay? Oh shit! Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's you're stressed. I get it. We should have listened to you earlier. I'm really sorry.
You know, the paladins in the grove always say smite first, ask questions later, and you know, I should have listened to my instincts.
Yeah, but like we all kind of went against you, so it's hard to be like one person doing the thing by yourself. So I get it.
Okay, so I guess we're headed down. Does everyone have a way to get down?
Not by myself, no.
Chance, do you perhaps have Featherfall prepared today?
No. I was going to, but then when we went into the abyss, but then it was impromptu. Surprise, we're there. I mean, I can be a shuttle service. Might just take a little while to carry everybody up and down.
I want to shape into a giant eagle. Can carry at least 3 people like this.
And then I can carry somebody else.
I hold my arms out to Chance.
Alright then. Chance is just going to like turn around. Whoops. And like kneel down. Look, I'm not carrying. It's going to be a piggyback.
No, I get it.
I think that's Arazid's preferred way of being carried. And the other 3 can climb onto giant Eagledra.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, as the sun is looking to be about an hour or so away from setting, you can fly down into Limbo. I presume this is also Providence's first time here.
It depends. Has she ever been sent to burn this place down to the ground?
No, the summit has not tried to go this far north.
Then yeah, it's all there.
It's the most beautiful city you've seen. It's also only the 3rd city you've seen, so you know, it's not quite as foresty as Grove is, but what it lacks in foliage it makes up for in being just incredibly well constructed out of pieces of stone architecture attitudes that you have never seen before. There are these, they seem to be magical lamps that are illuminated along the streets, you know, against the low light of the late evening. There are also several ships. You assume that these are the Gembe that you've heard about. They seem to be a type of ship that sails on the sand. But
I know what one of those is.
Okay. Oh yes, of course. Of course you do. And as all of you enter, you see the Gembe shipyard to the side, and Providence and Chance would notice a former Summit member, June, who appears to be carrying some timber across the yard.
Chance is just heading right in. He's going to give a nod to the guards and not even pay mind to them.
They wave friendlily. They know you by sight by now.
Or will begrudgingly turn back into a human and then walk through.
That does elicit a bit of a confused blink.
Chance is going to kind of like somewhat hide behind Audra. He knows to try and not be seen by the former cult members, because look, he might the other ones might worship him as a god because they think he's Marasu, but at the same time he's like, oh god, no, I don't want to deal with this right now.
Audra is about 2 inches shorter than you, so you do have to stoop slightly.
I do wear boots that have a heel though, so we're actually like the same height, unless Chance's boots have a heel in them.
Okay.
No.
Quite impractical.
I don't
for
think the winged
present,
boots
but
do.
alright. No, winged boots don't. I mean, you could modify them, I suppose, if you wanted to break that 6-foot barrier, but that's up to you. But I assume Providence would go and say hello to her childhood friend.
Yep. Screw this saving the world crap. I'm a vibe over here.
June looks up, notices, drops the plank that she was carrying, runs over and sweeps you into a tight hug. You made
She gets
it.
one back. Really shouldn't have dropped that. I don't think.
It's sturdy.
Huh?
Who told you I was here? Ferris?
No, I haven't seen the dumb idiot for months. No, it's only been 10 days.
Oh, well then, you should probably go to the marketplace.
Oh my god, he's alive?
Yes, we found him in the Gembe wreckage. Him and a few other survivors.
How the hell did he get...
I'm not entirely sure. He seems to have, skirted back around. He wasn't looking good. There were burns all over his hands.
Oh, he hasn't had anything to eat.
Oh no, we made sure to give him some soup.
Okay, good.
But,
Yeah, Chance doesn't need to hide. Providence is doing enough of a distraction, I reckon.
Yeah, probs.
Yeah, at this point, like, Chance goes from kneeling an inch to try and just gonna get behind Audra to okay, and then just kind of stands up straight and it's like, okay, I don't need to worry.
Yep, stretches his back out a little bit. Where are the rest of you heading to? Umoja, Sisypho? Following the angry shouts of a lady with vaguely Scottish accent?
I am curious to see what happened with the fountain statue, since I left them 10 tons of marble last time I was here.
Chance is heading to go check in on. I'm gonna head up through here and then up towards Emoja's to see if he's around.
You see them sitting by the same pool as always, but seemingly asleep, sitting up.
Chance is going to approach, and is there another seat?
Emoja doesn't sit on a seat; they just sit on the grass around the pool, so you can just park your butt nearby.
Yeah, Chance will just kind of sit beside him.
All right.
And
Audra, you approach the fountain, and it is glorious. There is, it is not complete yet. It seems to be missing a head and an arm, but there is a somewhat familiar sight of a gnarled, slightly overweight turtle.
Amazing. Why does it have no head though?
It's still.
Is it just not carved yet, or is it just
Yeah, right now a statue is not the city's top priority.
Sure.
So it's probably just not been it's not been finished. It seems to be a bit too late in the day for craftsmen to be around. But like nearby, you do see an abandoned workbench with like some untouched blocks of marble sitting nearby. Solas goes to the tavern.
Yeah, so the only thing he really wants to do here is buy stuff because he wants next to nothing to do with this place after the fucking bullshit he went through having to sort this place out.
Understandable.
But after realizing that it's really late and market's likely not open, he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just find a place to sleep.
I mean, you would remember that markets here are open like a bit like later on in the day because it gets very hot in the middle of the day in this area in particular. Since there's not like any real mountain cover or anything to encourage wind. So generally the market doesn't shut until after dusk.
Alright, well in that case, he would kind of realise that and then just rush on over, try and get the port closes.
At this point, he would see Arazid's mum seemingly creating some form of like outside gym area, along with some very harrowed, very exhausted-looking soldiers. And speaking, sorry, go ahead.
He just give her like a kind wave as he runs on past.
And speaking of, what does Arazid do? You are muted, Dewey, if you're talking.
I was muted.
Yes.
Okay. I was saying he's gonna make a mental note in his head to talk to some of those cult people later because he has some questions for them, but he doesn't want to ask them around Providence because that'd be real weird. But he's gonna just keep walking down the city, just walking down the town.
Right. At which point he would hear a very familiar and very comforting voice. Shouting one of the most beloved phrases of your youth. Come on, you lollygaggers, press harder!
He's gonna run up and go, "Hi!"
Arazid! What you be doing here? I thought you would be in Grove.
Oh, I was in Grove, and then I was not in Grove. We've done a lot. I don't even know how to. We're a war strategist. Let me start from the top. He takes a deep breath to kind of calm his thoughts, and he's like, "We're gonna go and we're gonna start sending troops out. I think soon. Do you think that everyone's like ready?"
These group of piss pots never be quite ready for what I think they want to be ready for. But they will have to do.
I guess that's true, but it's not very comforting. Okay. It's been a time. I have to go to like this scary castle. I think it's gonna be scary, I don't know. And also, Ollie is like back in Juras, and I'm really sad.
Don't worry yourself. Yeah. In the evenings I've been making this for you. There's quite a lot more thread here.
What is it?
Your mother, Iron Fen, pulls out a red and gold and white, like, silk scarf.
I take it and I hold it so tight to my chest, and I'm like, this is so nice. The desert can be kind of cold at night, actually, so this is really cool.
That's why I've been thinking about you.
Do you need help with like training? I'm actually I think pretty good at war. Like I dug a bunch of holes in Grove, and apparently that was a good move. Actually, I know what, and then I take out the talk rock, and I'm like, I can lead this for a while. You can talk to Tassa for a second, and I can try to whip these guys into shape.
If you think that you can deal with them, then I would be very happy to speak to Tassa for a bit.
Yeah, I haven't really been telling her about everything that's been going on because I'm frankly scared, and I feel like if I'm scared, she's gonna get scared, and I don't really want her to get scared right now. So, I just maybe keep it light. I don't know.
Ironfen will begin to walk away and talk in hushed tones on the talking stone as you take over yelling at the rest. And finally, what is Inqua up to in Honor Limbo?
That is a good question. I don't know.
I will say one thing more specifically. Since one of my favorite enemies is undead, I'm kind of just warning them that there's going to be undead and like how to prepare specifically for that.
Okie dokie. You give your expertise, range, and knowledge. But Inqua, you could probably go to the market and find like some more materials to make things from.
I might just do that.
Or follow another party member and engage in whatever lore they're going to get up to.
So I'll join Solas and look in the market for now, yeah.
And after a long talk with June, Providence, you have found that your best friend is in this city near the market.
There is one thing she'd like to do. She puts a bag down. Do you have anywhere to hide something relatively heavy? Ideally, do you have a bank account set up? Here.
I do.
Okay, wonderful. She hands June 2 gold bars and a letter.
She holds them like they're quite heavy, but she's able to hold them a bit easier than you thought. Then she tries to put one in like each of her pockets, and then she very quickly has to like, as she lets go of the second bar, she then has to like grab at her trousers.
Yeah.
Because they're like now being pulled down. Okay, maybe not in there.
Right. Okay. This is gonna get a bit depressing, but fuck it. If I don't do it now, it's not gonna get done. One of those is specifically for you. One of those is for April. I don't know, make sure she's set up right. And that letter is my last will. Please only open it when I'm dead.
A breath hitches in June's throat. You are the best thing to come out of that horrible place.
Really?
She wraps you in another
I thought it was
hug.
you, to be honest, but okay.
A one-armed hug this time. Her other hand is still trying to hold up her trousers.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think I've got long, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to move the shirt, the collar around her neck. Yeah. I think the sun goes up. Kill, cool. Maybe that's it.
I hope to see you again.
I'm not going to make a promise. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to keep or not. The last thing I want to do is destroy one of the few people who cares about me.
She nods understandingly.
Right, I'm gonna go find the idiot.
Alright, and we circle back to Chance. Emoja seems to be asleep, but as you sit down, you realize that they are in just like a deep meditative state. And as you sit down, they seem to shift and speak. The prodigal breath has returned.
Yes. We've retrieved the husk. I'm not sure when the task will be finished. There's other things that take a bit higher priority, because we're not sure if returning the sun will, and undoing the sins will, stop Cool or not, stop Amonazid or not. However, when we collected it, it gave a reflection of the past. We were able to speak with the spirits of some of the key players, specifically Amanoth and Amalkazid. And I have a message from Amanoth for you. They've always loved you ever since you were born, ever since their millennia they have spent underneath in Kamtua, in undeath as their spirit lived on.
Emoja falls silent as you see that their eye that isn't scarred and half blinded begins to well with tears. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Now I may die peacefully.
I hope that's not anytime soon, my friend. However, I will not take much more of your time. I'm sure you have much to reflect on and think on, and Chance will kind of get up and place a hand on Emoja's shoulder and kind of give a nod.
I prepared something for if you were ever to return. They reach into a pocket and hand you a silver chained necklace with a small glass vial as the pendant, with a red liquid inside the vial.
Chance will take it, look it over. Is it obvious what it is, or?
You know what it is. Use
Does
it.
Chance know what it is?
That is speaking to Chance. I think Emoja would hope that you would be able to tell.
Can I do some kind of roll to figure this out?
It's his blood, dude.
That'd be like a perception check to look it over.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Oh, okay. Which you communicate to them.
Chance just kind of like looks it over and's like,
You have done many things in your travels since we last spoke. You need my blood.
Oh.
And you have it. And with that, may the sins of the earth be scourged clean.
Chance will nod and put the pendant into his bag. Because it would be weird to wear a pendant of blood of your friend. As he will
Snazzy
nod.
though it looks.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll be able to use that if all else fails to be able to return the sun.
You have been a great comfort in my golden years. I wish you all luck.
Thank you, my friend. We will see you again.
Possibly. But they nod. Partly in thanks, partly in a farewell.
With a smile, Chance would kind of turn and kind of throw up a hand. Well, see you around.
Farewell.
And
Yeah.
Chance is gonna head off to the market as well to try and get some shopping in before it closes.
Would Audra also have moved on from admiring the almost totally
yeah, I
finished
think she
fountain?
would go straight to talk to the war chief.
Okay.
So I think she would have assumed Chance was headed here, but it's okay that he's not. She just goes.
It appears that Sisypho is in his private study this time instead of in the large meeting hall that you would normally find him in. Audra, is it not?
It is Sisypho.
Pleased to meet you. I did not realize that you had returned.
I mean, that you didn't see up in the points upward.
Yes, it has been here for several days, and we know that you were not on it.
Oh yeah, but we can. And then just makes a bunch of weird hand gestures.
Yes, indeed. We are quite used to you doing that by now. I assume that you are here for a purpose, though.
Yes, we were informed you weren't certain where to send the armies that you're preparing. Is this factual?
Indeed. Intel is scarce at best and slow-moving. We have heard that both Grove and Juras will be attacked on the same day, and while we have heard that Grove has amassed many different means of defense, no small part to your efforts, but Juras seems more dangerous.
Well, actually, we have updated intelligence. Grove is going to be attacked in 7 days, Duras in 10.
So we will go to Grove.
That's what I was thinking.
We would miss.
We can all push forward onto Duras if needed after that point, and, that gestures upwards again can maybe help provide transportation.
We were hoping for that too. We have managed to construct one single gembe, as well as the one that one of our newcomers helped to repair in the desert. But they are sketchy. They are at best used for short-term travel. Travel between here and the island, perhaps.
Yes, precisely. I was just going to say that. Wow!
It seems the great minds think alike here. But I do appreciate the confirmation of what we need to do.
So, I mean, that sounds like a plan to me. That's our plan. So if we're all on the same page, we can start. I mean, maybe this afternoon. I don't know where all the troops are. It seems like they're still up.
They have been very dedicated to making sure that they are in the best condition possible. And if they are not, then Ironfen makes sure that they are. She is a very remarkable woman.
I agree. Although the family resemblance is kind of... Never mind, that's not important.
I would be intrigued to meet their father one day.
Ooh, you should probably not mention that ever to her or Arazid. Ever.
They have returned to dust.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I'm not sure if they were actually cremated, but yeah.
It is a saying here. To return to dust is to die.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that people, like, come from dust, though, so how does that... It's not important.
Is there anything else that you wish to discuss?
No, I mean, that's like about it. When do you think... No, you laughed.
I'm glad.
So when do you want to start, like, moving? Do you need any, like, assistance with that process? Or are you guys, like, set? Are you good?
Between us and the islands and new refugees, we are actually doing better than expected. I'm sure you have more important things to do than help some people get from A to B when they can do it themselves.
I have many. I have a list of, like, important things that I have to do, and, like, when one thing falls off the list, horrible things happen. Just horrible, awful things that you told people would happen. But that's neither...
Audra's definitely not salty.
I'm mad. I told them when we were there on own, I had, like, a psychic vision later that I was like, hey guys, this is important, and then it happened, and I'm really mad.
Sisypho will pick up on that subtext, choose to not pursue it. He will stand, offer a hand to shake in thanks.
Audra does one of those weird things where she, like, offers the wrong hand at first because she's left-handed, and then she, like, switches hands, and then, like, maybe switches back because he tried to switch hands.
Christ. I'm not sure what I'd roll for cringe, but...
Charisma saving throw.
I think maybe just straight up, just psychic damage. Eventually you're able to figure out hands. Maybe you, like, both shake with both of your hands.
Yeah, we do one of those where, like, we both go in with both hands,
Yeah.
and it's, like, way more intimate of a handshake than either of us thought we were going to do.
Yeah, Sisypho ends up just, like, grabbing both of your hands, and we'll just, like, shake both of them up and down.
Great, this is great. This is a great meeting. You're good at your job.
Good luck with all of the rest of the items on your list.
Yeah. Yep. And continues to kind of, like, yep to herself, but quietly as she leaves the room. Yep.
I assume by that point, Providence would have reached the marketplace. Arazid, your mother would have taken back over from you, having had a nice conversation with Tassa. Do you stay with your mum, or do you join the rest of your friends that you see have slowly trickled into the market?
I'm gonna loop back around and try to talk to Dune for a second, and then I'm gonna hurry up and join.
Okie dokie.
Of course, I say bye to my mom, and then I loop back around.
Yep. Get another hug. You have a snazzy scarf, and you feel a bit more emboldened now.
I'm gonna put that scarf on immediately. I don't care that we're in the desert and it's super hot.
Yeah, that's why it's like silk, you know.
It's such a beautiful gift. I'm excited. And then I loop back around and to the shipyard, and I kind of approach Dune, like, in this awkward kind of, like, sidling up way where I'm just kind of shimmying. I'm like, hi.
Alright. We'll get to that in a sec. For now, everyone has filtered into the marketplace in one way or another, and what are we looking for? I heard, like, magic items, some replenishing of reagents.
Chance rolls in looking for anything magical that he can just kind of find, and any materials that he can find.
And finally, Providence would see kind of, like, hanging around the back end of the marketplace. Familiar face.
An attempt will be made to be tackled, but with the strength of I'm not even sure I could move a door.
And we will pick up all these threads after our little break.
Yeah.
So shopping is a fairly uneventful time role-playing wise. So for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna encourage you guys to put like what you're looking for in the Roll20 chat.
Yeah,
Unless that you want to be very involved in it.
no, I'm totally fine. I'm literally looking for arcane supplies and magic items to disenchant.
You can get, what's the conversion rate? You could get 1 piece of gold here would buy you 70 arcane supplies.
Is that only a one-time thing? Like one per person?
They have like a limited stock. They have like 200 max.
So 1 to 70, you said?
Yeah, so you could get 3 gold pieces. You could get 180 supplies.
I'll do that because I think I've just kind of been handing out arcane supplies. I've just been the dealer of, here you go.
Hey, bub, you want to make some magic?
Want to make some magic? I got arcane supplies in stock.
I am the
so
one
now-
who deals.
So now I just need like whatever random magic items you want to throw out there that are literally, I'm just need to get percentages up for stuff.
There is, I've got like a small list somewhere.
We just find Cole's sword.
Ah! I'm like, as a GM, I'm a little salty. As an observer, absolutely valid. You don't have much luck finding like magic items specifically until you come across someone who I can only describe as an ear, eye, nose, and throat accessories vendor. Seems to be mostly medicinal in nature. But you see something that you recognize as an ear horn of hearing, a common magic item.
How much?
It would be 7 OGP.
Yeah. I don't care the price unless it's like something exorbitant.
The seller will look at you through like their incredibly thick glasses. Like it's that like comically thick where it like obscures the look of your eyes, makes them look like big anime eyes, big Solas eyes.
Yeah, James just hands over the 7 gold. Do you have any other items like that?
So just for reference, that's what you got. Oh, a more discerning customer. Let me see here. I have got some. I have this pen. It's useful for people that don't write so well. They handshake a lot. Same price.
Looking at it, is it a magic item?
It's just been linked. It's another common item. The scribe's
Oh,
pen.
perfect. Yeah, Chance will then hand over another 7 gold.
There is a bag vendor, and they are selling bags that they claim are bags of holding. It would be.
I mean, I've seen a bag of holding before. Am I able to inspect it and figure out?
Yeah, go for it. That would be an Arcana or investigation check.
Uh, 21.
While it doesn't have the same aesthetics as Nick's sack, it is probably a bag of holding.
All right, how much are they charging for it, and how many do they have?
They have 2 for sale at the moment. They have 4, but 2 are reserved. And those that are for sale cost 12 OGP each.
24. Yeah, I'll take them. So it brings me down to that much OGP. Haven't even touched the 10,000 SDGP.
Christ. What about Solas and Inqua? Are you guys in the market for anything in particular?
Yeah, I was looking for, I guess, materials for magic item crafting.
Quite close to the EENT Doctor stall. You find one that is run by Tiefling, someone that you've a race that you've not seen very commonly in Honor Lembo. They are a purveyor in crafting items, mostly a blacksmith. They have like a lot of irons, a couple of like gems that are not themselves magical but can be used as part of like magic ring crafting and the like.
Right. So how do you want to do magic item crafting?
I have not thought of the rules up for that yet. I put it on the back burner while you were on holiday. Well, not
Yeah.
holiday, but you know what I mean. I'll get back to you on that. We can sort it out of game.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would like to purchase, I guess, materials for it. I have
Okay.
350 gold,
That's how much you've got?
350. I'll put everything on 20. 20.
Do you happen to perchance know if that's OGP or SDGP?
I believe that's regular SD. I have 166 OGP and then 20 platinum pieces,
Cool.
if that means
Don't forget
anything.
the ungodly amount of copper and silver you have.
No, that was used to craft weapons for Duras.
Oh, okay.
That's why you left it all with him.
Yeah. He made like 8 warhammers.
You've got enough that we can work something out once
Yeah.
you've thought up the rules.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that one in limbo, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you successfully get some things
For
magic crafting.
yeah.
We'll say some
You're trying to-
reagents for now.
We'll just put a pin in the price for now, or
Yeah. Because I'll want to balance it hopefully similarly to how I've quote unquote balanced the spell crafting thing.
yeah.
I should have got it done beforehand, but then Baldur's Gate 3 came out, so
Understandable.
and Solas.
So, despite kind of arriving a fair bit before Chance, he would inevitably end up just outright following him, purely because he wants practically the exact same things. So he'd wander around for a while looking for general magic stuff. Notice that Chance has found it. Try and get magic supplies and realize Chance has literally bought the entire stock, pretty much, and say, oh well shit, I'll have to talk to him later. And then he would then try and
to roll a d20 for luck to see if you're able to spot anything that Chance didn't.
Alright. But yeah, so he's kind of instead of looking for magic items to disenchant, he's looking for magic items to potentially replace the one that got thrown in a volcano.
So someone like perhaps the blacksmith would probably be like your first port of call.
Probably. Well, not necessarily a weapon, just something.
Okay. I get you. Yeah, please roll me a Hail Mary D20.
Saw that coming.
There are some
Come
really
talk
neat
change.
like daggers, which while not magical, do look pretty cool. You see that there is also a pipe that is being sold by the EENT doctor that's kind of got passed over. Scrolling. It is a pipe of remembrance.
Just look at that quickly.
Linked for your ease.
Yeah. Kind of wander around looking at all this admittedly very well made stuff and just be like, I mean, it's cool, but like, and leave feeling not really dejected, but like he didn't really accomplish much.
He does, however, pass by Inqua as he's like discussing with this tiefling ways to construct magical items. So, while Solas hasn't gotten like an immediate answer, he has gotten some hope.
Yeah.
Okay, and unless there's anything else like pressing that you want to ask, we will zoom out slightly to just around on the outside of the market. Where I believe someone was running to give a very limp bear hug.
Yep.
You see Ferris is like in the process of applying some kind of like thick black salve to their hands and like wrists, with his back turned towards you, so you are able to basically just like leap on him without much issue. Oh.
Yep.
You know, I would know that anywhere.
Hey, what the hell? Huh? Okay, what?
He straightens,
that?
he turns to you. He's got like one hand covered, the other one like just like the tips of the fingers have got like this black salve on. And what isn't covered by the salve, you can see has been like burned.
Oh, good God. Okay.
Like peeling away up to like the wrists. Well,
Radiant.
apparently I am now a cleric.
How the fuck did you manage that?
I don't fucking know!
I leave you for 10 days. You get lost and you devote yourself to a fucking... Okay. First off, hello. Secondly, what?
As you like, he like reaches with the hello to like wrap you in like a hands-free hug because he doesn't want to get like salve all over your clothes.
Oh, she don't care.
Like she could literally like reach behind her like her back and like force his hands like onto her shoulders.
Yeah, she probably would.
Yeah, in which case he would like touch, but still gingerly, and you hear like a intake of pain. And as you do so, you feel like a deep satisfaction in yourself, like a resonance within your magic.
That's... Okay. I'm gonna get the depressing shit out the way first, and then we can talk about this.
did feel strange.
It really did. Right, here you go. I hand over a gold bar. That is for you. Now, I know what you're
He's
like.
trying to figure out how to take it with like his hands either busy or
You've got
in
a...
pain, and he just like
Where's
he
your bag?
he like kicks his bag gently with his foot.
Okay, I go put it
Also,
in the bag.
Where the hell did you get that?
Oh, I got sent in the past by a fucking sorcerer. I met another sorcerer, by the way. They're dead.
Oh.
They were a tiefling as well.
Oh.
Yeah, dead.
Oh.
Fucking chance.
There's one
Anyway.
in the pockets. Although apparently he's allergic to magic.
Oh god, he's gonna hate me.
Quite probably.
Yeah, anyway, right, so... June's got a letter that has specific It's my last will, you idiot. I haven't given you one because I know you'll read it. So... I don't know.
resemble that remark.
Huh? What?
He's looking at you like arms folded, looking kind of like cross, but like pretend cross.
Oh, come off it. You and June are the only two people who know I've got about like 10 days left, give or take. Okay, well I had a lot longer, but it seems that my magic has accelerated in about 10 days. Which is impressive, though admittedly we went back in the past, that's where I found the gold. Then we killed her, and then a dragon, and then another dragon, and then stuff. And then I can do this, and I go invisible. And then go uninvisible behind Varys. Yeah, that's a thing.
You sense that he didn't seem to be surprised at your movements. He seems to be like confused as to what you actually did when you said I can do this.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we're gonna talk about how you've become a cleric, even though radiant damage hurts you. But first off, do you need some blood? Have you had any?
Ferris goes very, very quiet.
Ferris, look at me. Have you had blood recently?
He begins to break down into tears immediately.
Okay, come here.
I killed someone.
That's... okay.
I tried not to. I came across the ruins.
Yeah, I got told you got sent back there, even though you had the... You know what, this isn't the time to be making jokes.
I came across a few people that we thought were dead, but they weren't dead. They were just super hurt. And I dragged them out of the ruins, and I willed them to get better, and then my hands burnt, and I saved 3 of them.
Hey, that's good.
And then my hands, they hurt so bad, and the hunger, it just got worse and worse.
Okay.
Then in the morning, there were only 2 of them alive, and I wasn't hungry anymore.
Well, if you hadn't have done what you did, none of them would have been alive. So, take comfort in that.
He kind of leans towards you and just kind of buries his forehead and eyes into the crook of your shoulder.
Yeah, I get the feeling. Okay, well, you definitely need some. So, you're more than happy to take mine. Though I'd avoid the neck. Just go for the arm.
Then too obvious.
Yeah. But I've always let you have blood.
He nods and bends down, and the two of you engage in a very familiar activity.
She basically lets him drain her to 1 hit point, as far as I'm concerned. Like, she won't tell him to stop until she's about to, like, pass out.
He seems like a lot more hesitant to do this than he used to be. But eventually, what comes most naturally to people of his kind take over. And you are left feeling weak and look paler than usual. But it's not something that you're unfamiliar with feeling by any means.
Okay.
He, like, afterwards does look more rejuvenated. You notice that the burns are gone.
Good.
And he helps you, like, he kind of, like, catches you by the shoulders as you, like, look, like, you were, like your legs are gonna buckle, and he helps you sit down.
I'll be fine. Worse. Right. You can heal now, that's...
A thing.
It is.
I wish that I could, well, say anything, but, I haven't really been, open with anyone.
Yeah, no, yep. I get the same thing.
So I've just been trying to deal with the burns that are now. He notices now for the first time that they are gone.
Yeah. Go, for the love of... Go speak to June about it. Like...
Out of
She's
character,
put
does she know?
my- Out of character, Ferris and June are the only two people who know that Providence is just dying. Like, she was fully open with them. They both know the extent and the attempts
No,
she
I
has
mean,
made.
would June know about Ferris?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
100%. Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's
but
fine. I have a little bit.
Need to go do it more. Admittedly, that's quite rich coming from me.
It's often hardest to take one's own advice, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
He kind of, like, wraps his arm around your shoulders, and the two of you, like, just sit there, like, in this, like, half hug.
I just hand him alcohol. Clearly the most appropriate option at this point.
And the pair of you will share what I can only assume is 7-ish thousand-year-old whiskey.
Hell yeah.
The bottle begins to empty. Between the blood loss and the blood alcohol content rising, Providence is feeling a bit strange.
Yeah, that's fair.
I swear I haven't made any deals with anyone or anything. I've not had any weird dreams.
Ferris,
I can now heal.
I didn't make any strange dreams or promises or bargains. Yet I ended up with a spark of the divine, and the divines fucking hate me. Oh, it's fine. It's fine though. It's fine. Yep. Like, it's all good. We'll get through this. Well, you'll get through this, and June will get through this, and April will get through this, and really, that's all that matters.
Ferris grows kind of quiet.
I'm really tired.
You have a spark of the divine.
Well, I've got divine magic. That's about it. That's all I know. At least I've been told I've got divine magic by... Oh god, him. Oh. Yeah, no, I've been travelling around with, Chance. Not the top son, the one below that.
Oh god, yes, I know him.
I know. Really don't like... He's an alright guy, but, you hear the second name and you think, God, I want to just get rid of you. Your name is nothing but hatred towards me. He don't deserve that. He's a nice guy, I think. Oh, God. I don't think I've been this drunk since I was 16, 15, 16. I think I need to go to bed. I think.
Providence, you know that you are the only person I've ever truly loved.
Yeah, I know, but...
If you have a spark of the divine, do you think that's what caused me to gain these powers?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the gods want. They're dumb.
And absent. Come, let me help you to bed.
Oh yeah, we need to avoid the others because they'll look at me and be concerned, and that's... They're just going to ask questions. Less questions is better.
The others, the friends that you helped to destroy the summit with, June's told me a lot.
Friends? Yeah. They're alright, but... they're the real heroes in this story. I'm just here to make sure they don't, fall on their own swords. And if they do, heal them.
But maybe we should double check that they are not trying to plan to return to that spooky lava place or anything. They're going to come across... Oh god, they're going to come across you either way, aren't they? And then they're going to know.
Oh, fuck it. If they know, they know. If they don't like it, I've got Fireball.
Apparently alcohol just makes Ferris, more neurotic.
It makes Ferris
No, I get it.
Providence arson.
But he eventually, helps you to Asanda's tavern. So
yeah,
at the very least you can lie down on one of the sofas in the common room for a bit.
Oh, it's probably that. I don't think Providence could get upstairs. I now have more alcohol than blood in my system. The true way a vampire, a sorcerer should be.
Wow. Slip or anything. When Solas, Inqua, and Chance would be, leaving the market, having wrapped up their activities, they would probably end up seeing, the silhouette of a figure that they recognize to be probably Providence, being, helped, or possibly, shuffled along unwillingly, by, another figure, another silhouette you don't know, and you would see them go into the tavern.
Okay.
But Arazid went to go and talk to June.
It's going to be incredibly awkward after that conversation that I did not hear at all.
She seems to be wrapping up the day. As you approach, she startles and very carefully, very quickly, covers a chest with this cloth, this big cloth blanket.
Oh, what are you up to? What's in there?
Oh, just some delicate instruments. They need to make sure they have no sand in them.
Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. Yeah. Do you think I can talk to you about something?
course. What is it? And she, like, very subtly / not subtly, like, takes you by the shoulder and, like, ushers you out of the shipyard.
Hi, we can walk and talk or whatever. We can do what you want to do, but I was just coming to ask. I don't want to be nosy, and I don't want to pry, and I don't want to like make anything even worse. But I wanted to ask you some questions, not questions about Providence, but like I wanted to. How do I make her feel more comfortable with us?
Josh.
Yeah.
Same question.
Oh. I don't. I leave it up to you, quite frankly.
Oh,
like,
Christ.
I can't. I can tell you what June knows, but you know, at the end of the day, you're NPC. So, how they would respond to that information and questions thereof.
Okay. June will smile at Arazid. You should make sure that she feels comfortable. She feels in control.
Well, I guess that's kind of hard to do on account of a war. But I don't know, like, I like the people I travel with, and I like having them by me, and I feel like by traveling with me, I've made a deal with myself and also them, but they don't know it, to like protect them and be there for them. And I've already lost a few friends along the way. They're not dead, but like one of them flew into the sky after a god, and we haven't seen him since. And then one of them is in Duras, and I just feel like I don't know how to keep people around us.
You seem to be doing many of the right things at the moment. Providence is a hard nut to crack. She is one that will come around to you in time.
I hope so, because I don't know, it makes me super anxious when people like, because I don't know where, I just don't know where like they end up, and I don't know if they're safe and they could be dead. I don't know. It's just, I think Providence is super cool, and I would like to keep her alive, and the only way I know how to keep people alive is to keep them in my line of sight.
Providence pretends, well, puts up a veneer. We all do, in a sense. It's a taught thing from our history. She puts up a veneer of not caring, of being very walled off, but inside she cares very deeply. She will not leave you. She will fight to the death for you. Of that you can be assured.
Yeah, I guess, but to the death part is also what I'm worried about, because I don't really think she has any self-preservation, because I have this super cool, and I kind of like show off my little jumpsuit. I'm like, I have like a super cool jumpsuit, and I was going to give it to Providence because I feel like I can take a hit better than Providence, but I was like, no, you can have it, and I was like, no, because I feel like, yeah, you gotta also need to not die. I don't know, I shouldn't be dumping all this on you, I'm sorry, I'm just worried about your friend, and also, I guess, my friend, and I would like to not, I would like everyone to be alive and happy and healthy and stuff.
Unfortunately, you cannot control what others do with their fates. What others do with their blood.
He actually makes that sound and kind of crouches down on the ground. So, like, Arazid has been able to, like, crack most of the tough nuts of the group. Like, he got close enough to chance early on where he was like, okay, this guy's gonna stick around, and I can see through his past his walls, and I can get to the gooey center of the M&M. But Providence has just been so, like...
That's a statement.
But Providence has just been so, like, you know, stoic that he's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to crack this nut, and that terrifies me.
still struggle with it sometimes now, but long ago I made my peace. But Providence will be here when she is able to. And when she
Okay,
is
I'll try not to freak out about it, especially not around her. I don't think that would help. I think that'd be weird. We haven't known each other very long, but yeah.
Give her time. Give her an open ear, but do not pressure her.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you. I'm sorry for thank you so much for your help. Do you need me to help you with anything? Like, I can help you pack up. It's fine.
No. You run along. I just thought I spied Providence going into the tavern yonder. I think you should be there right now.
I can do that. Yeah, I can totally. Thank you so much. I'm gonna take a few deep breaths first so I don't go in there panicked and weird, because that's not a good look. I've learned that. I've learned over the course of my adventuring that being panicked and weird is not helpful. So I'm gonna
still
go.
like talking to June about this, or is this more of an internal monologue?
Rambling out loud.
Okay. She's like trying to step away from you, but also trying to like not be rude about it. But like she's.
I know he's also backing up while rambling.
Okay, so the pair of you just kind of back up on one another, and then just she'll be like, "Good luck."
Okay, thank you.
I assume
Another social interaction bombed by Dewey Decimal.
I assume that Audra and the market trio would probably head to the tavern as well.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
I'm going to give a forewarning in advance. I'm sorry, Providence is the giddy happy drunk. You have been warned.
Do I still have... Of course I wouldn't still have that map, would I? Imagine a map! It exists.
So
So much-
sudden, it's a map.
Wow, this map is so mappy.
possibilities.
Honestly, I have
So many
the
squares.
things I could probably fit in.
Why does Solas from, like, zoomed out look so fucking baked?
Right?
Like, you zoom out and he looks so high. But you zoom in and he looks like Solas.
Probably just because of the eyes, the color and everything.
Ah, variable distance baked. I love it.
I'm getting baked right now.
With a cake, right?
Absolutely not.
I think it's more of the baking of the brownie variety. Very special brownies.
Very.
Ah, it's the brownies baked with brownies.
The secret ingredient. Hey gang, guess what I found? You don't have to imagine anymore.
Aw.
I kind of liked imagining.
I'm having fun
Okay,
imagining
well
my
you can
hypothetical
always
map.
close your eyes or minimize the tab. Providence would be kind of slumped on one of the more hospitable looking stools. I'm just realizing now that this tavern is perhaps not the comfiest looking. Along with Ferris. And I assume the rest of you guys kind of like trickle in.
Yours. Can I place my own token?
Mm-hmm.
Yars.
Well, maybe I can't. I don't fucking know. Let me try again.
Honestly, you probably hear Providence before you see her. You hear in the middle of telling the fight against like Sklad. So then I counterspelled that spell, but she didn't know about it, and then I counterspelled the next one, and she didn't know about that either, and that, oh god, my veins were on fire at that point. Still counterspelled it, and then couldn't counterspell the next one, but then he counterspelled that, and then oh my god, it was so good. The fight was so good, and then we sent forward in time, and then she got decapitated. Huh. That wasn't nice.
You kind of blink and you realise that the table has become a lot more occupied.
Oh, look, people. Right. So there's the little guy. There's the druid. There's Stoey McStoickson. And there's him. And then there's Grandpa over there.
And with such vitriol, such evil, such malice. And then there's him.
Kind of, yeah.
Chance, you would of course recognise Ferris as one of the members of the summit.
Hey,
You will
everyone.
have the most awkward smile of, oh good god.
Ferris likewise has the same for you.
I'm also gonna say when we were placing our tokens, there was like some weird, like me and Chance did like a little dance between the seats because I sat myself in the most inopportune spot, and I'm really sorry.
It's
No
fine.
worries.
Okay, so it seems like already like a lot of drinking has happened. What is? Can we get some water over here?
Providence looks like really, really out of it.
Okay, I'm gonna use shape water to move the alcohol away out of arm's reach of Providence.
There isn't any visible alcohol, like, at the moment.
None? Oh my gosh.
But, like, if you were to try use, like, shape water to, like, draw alcohol, like, out of her, a bottle would fly out of Ferris's pocket.
Yeah, I would do that, and the bottle just shoots out, and Audra grabs it, and it's like...
I mean, it's empty.
Yeah.
Okay, there's like 3 drops in here. This is a large bottle for just the 2 of you to consume.
It's fine. I got a good constitution. So does he.
Really?
Do you want my hot chalky?
Good. Thank you. You're awesome. But no.
Drink the hot chocolate.
Besides, I don't think handing a drunk person a hot liquid would be a smart idea, would it? Audra, or whatever your surname is.
It's actually not a sermon. It's fun. It's fun. You're way too...
Awesome.
Okay, so since you're so sober and your constitution is so good, would you mind just, like, standing up and spinning in a circle for me?
She stands up and just immediately sits back down.
But she feels like she did spin in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the circle was so
Okay.
fast I couldn't even see it.
Exactly.
There's
He's
no
not saying that
circle.
sarcastically, he's
There's
saying
no
that genuinely.
circle.
Do
There's
you
no circle,
use
Arazid.
Druid. Mm-hmm. I love playing
Stop-
Providence.
Stop saying druid like that. That's so mean.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
Can we get, excuse me, bartender, can we get like a whole loaf of bread and like so many
well,
carbs, please help.
I'll be fine in the morning, honestly. So what do you lot do? People disappeared.
Oh, I organized troop movements. Oh, and shook somebody's hand. It went really well. It went so good.
I'm gonna lean over to Inqua. Just no finesse about it. That sounds so boring.
I
It wasn't
mean, aside
there,
from
but
like,
It's not quiet.
oh, you're trying to be secret. I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Maybe if I hadn't felt crippling anxiety the entire time, it would have been boring. But sure, maybe.
No, that's not good.
It's just another part of the human experience, right?
Sure.
this is all going on, can I just like sit in like the corner, just like sort of like I don't know, brewing like smelling salts?
It's like a sobriety potion
Exactly.
thing. Yeah. You like you'd probably bring out like a couple of vials, maybe Providence will be like, yay. And like try and grab one of them away before Audra takes it away.
That passive is down
Thank
to
you.
like 5. If you're not in my peripheral vision, you don't exist.
He's right next to you.
And Solas, you look different. You've done something with your hair, and I like it.
Oh, thank you. But yes, I'm surprised you didn't notice earlier, back where up there.
I'm gonna be honest, like, all the stuff that you're coming out with, by the way, you were really, really brave for, like, coming out with all that stuff. I was just, like, thinking about all the stuff you said, and then the stuff I said, and then the stuff Chance said, and then stuff that Audra said.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, we all said words.
Yeah, and there's 537 scratches on the ceiling. I counted all of them.
Yeah, good to know.
The ceiling is smooth.
Exactly.
So you can probably, those people who are more astute currently can probably tell Solas doesn't understand what the hell Providence is talking about. But he's like, yeah, okay.
I don't think anyone, including Providence, knows what Providence is talking about right now.
Even the player. The player doesn't understand what's coming out of their mouth. It just is.
Oh god.
I would like to find an empty alcohol barrel in this place. I assume there is one.
Yeah, there's a couple over there waiting for like collection.
Okay, I'll grab one, roll it over, and I'm gonna cast my one short rest, create water, and then I'm gonna start trying to force this water onto Providence.
You're gonna fucking waterboard me.
I think it's just kind of like
Waterboard you, I'm just gonna forcibly feed you water. Every time you turn around, there's a cup of water in your hand.
I'm
It's
not
so
gonna
weird.
waterboard you. I'm just gonna forcibly shove water on your face.
If I wanted to waterboard you, I could have just created it as rain from your head.
She'll drink it, because you made it.
And the taste isn't like the most interesting that you've had recently.
Okay, you know nature and stuff, right, Audra?
I have... Sure.
Why does water taste so fucking boring?
Well, technically, like, any, like, flavor that things come from is, like, you know, you add things to the water, you, like, it's, you know, water is just, it's, like, a neutral substance, it's, like, it's very, like, cleansing. But also, like, yeah, unless you're having, like, spring water or mountain water, it doesn't have, like, anything really added to it. So, like, pure water, like the kind that I create with the spell, doesn't really taste like, it's just, you know, just water.
Fair. So what did everyone else do?
Picked up some stuff needed for crafting new magic and some items, and went and saw Moja,
Who?
a friend of ours.
Okay.
Yeah, and I inadvertently followed this jackass around the market for about, like, 10-20 minutes.
I know, right?
It wasn't intentional. I was just going after the same things, and he got there first, it seems.
You guys should
I
just
can
shop
walk,
together
like,
if you're looking for the
super
same things.
Well, we didn't get there at the same time, and I walk faster, so...
Yeah, and I admittedly did wander around just aimlessly, trying to think where I could actually find the stuff I wanted for a good while. So, yeah, it got a bit there. But also, yeah, I'm gonna need some of those supplies at some point. Not right now, but soon.
It's totally fun. I bought I basically just bought out the stock to
Yeah, I could tell.
supply everybody.
Generally though, looking for around for some magical items to replace the thing that got chucked in Volcano that we shall not speak of.
Oh,
Um,
I got something. Well, I don't have it on me. Audra has it. The pearl. You could have that.
Sorry, what?
The
Pearl?
Yeah, the pearl thing. You know, the stone, the good luck stone thing.
Oh, the stone of good luck. Yeah, that's a stone and a pearl are two different. Here's another cup of water things.
Okay. Well, my blood alcohol level. There is more alcohol in my bloodstream than blood.
Right,
that's not good.
See
Not
shameful look coming over Providence's as yet unintroduced friend.
Oh, hi, by the way. You look like you feel bad, and maybe you kind of should because you let your friend here get really, really drunk. But I'm Audra, hi.
He looks similarly drunk, but he's holding it together better.
We got done it together, it's fine. Yeah, Solas, you're more than happy to have that stone. Just, please don't lose it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
She is a bad influence on me. And
I
am
really
a
am.
bad influence on her. We
Yeah,
work
not
well
so much.
together.
It's the first time
Yeah,
you
it's
smile.
Oh shit. Okay.
She's genuine. You don't need to roll in or anything. She is genuinely like the most open and most comfortable you have seen her around this one person.
Ferris wraps her again in the arm over shoulder sideways hug. She helps me, and apparently now I help her.
Ah, you've always helped me. You remember that I think it was 3 days after my dad died. You stayed up all night with. As I had to cry myself to sleep that night.
It's nothing, and that comes easy to me.
Exactly. Crying bit or the... Okay, fine, whatever.
It's nothing less than you deserve.
Yeah.
Also, you supply dinner as well as quite a thing.
Oh, yeah.
No thing at all.
Exactly. You lot are awesome, by the way. You lot...
Oh.
You're a little bit genocide happy for my liking, but...
No, that's
When did we? You don't understand the meaning of genocide. Genocide is okay.
Genocide is like a targeted attack on a specific group of people for things that they have done that are outside of their control.
Yeah, based on race or religion.
I wish I had silence. Yeah, okay, I got the definition wrong. I'm sorry.
If you could just stop using words that you don't understand, that would be super great.
I understand the meaning of the word. I'm just too pissed to care.
I would like to try to use shape water to extract the alcohol from Providence's body. Now that I've gotten some water in her.
Oh God!
Just forcibly extract the alcohol from her bloodstream. Okay.
You are literally blood bending me.
While it worked on the small amount of liquid in the bottle in Ferris's pocket, you are collecting just water, and you see Providence getting drunker.
Fuck. Okay, I put it back.
How would one
honestly try to add more.
That?
What?
How would you suggest to put water back into her bloodstream?
Well, I'm gonna try to do it through the skin, and have it just go through the veins closest to the skin. So kind of like a magical IV.
You feel wet.
Oh, prestidigitation.
In your drunken state, you kind of miss and like erase some dirt from like Inqua's forearm, like some of the dust from like the in progress sobriety crystal he's constructing.
Look, I'll be fine. Here, and she will like 4th level cure wounds herself, and she does seem to sober up a hell of a lot more.
I don't think cure wounds actually does help with alcoholism.
It's
Like
not
doing one of the
really-
restorations.
It's not really
Yeah.
the alcohol that's the problem here. It's the lack of blood.
Yeah, that is.
Mm.
I mean, okay, so you guys know that she just cast Cure Wounds. And you know that Cure Wounds doesn't help with alcohol poisoning. But yet Providence does seem like she's been helped by this.
Can I do the math, please?
You could try based on an Arcana check. Or a
Okay.
history check.
I would
if
like
you're
to help. I would like to help by saying out loud, "Oh, you were hurt. What hurt you?"
Nothing.
Well, there are some pieces. Audra has put them together.
Where'd your blood go?
Somewhere much more useful, and I'm not in as much pain as I normally am, so it's all good.
Insight check.
I'm not rolling deception. I'm pissed.
You could roll with a
What's the vibe?
disadvantage at a high DC. 24 is a pretty
yeah.
high DC.
Deception. Oh my god. I didn't get disadvantage.
What the actual shit, Providence?
I have a 10 in my deception and like a 15 in intimidation.
Orange Jesus has blessed you. Audra, you buy what Providence is selling.
Okay, so you put it somewhere that's. Did you leave some on the ship or okay, whatever.
What? No.
Just
Oh, the ship thing? Yeah, I did that test like you wanted me to, Chance. It said I was good with air or something like that.
Did it say anything else?
Something about sin, though I've committed a lot of those. And he said original sin. Now, I didn't know whether that's the one I know is my original sin or another original sin.
it's weird. I've never had it say that for me, so I don't really know what it's referring to.
I don't even know what it's on about.
It is the connection of, I believe, lineage between the original bearer who donated blood and those of us in the current generation.
Like,
we know that
Oh.
Virgil is the one who gave blood, and we know Virgil is likely connected somehow to my family. Or no, we know he is because he is my grandfather.
Wait, that guy?
Which Virgil, the
Oh, I know who. I'm just more like remarking that guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he and my grandmother, and then that's
Yeah, that's how that
mother,
works. Yeah.
and then my, you know, I'm not gonna get into that. All I can tell you though is, man, I hate my father.
Oh, I hate your father too.
I am so glad that we killed him. Also, of note, he stole my mother's name because it's more prestigious.
Okay, now I need to deception. Oh my god.
What for?
What is this?
Please message me if
No, I don't
you
mind.
can't
It's
say out loud.
I think Audra picks up on it because Audra. I'm not even gonna mess her up. It's the moment Chance says Masaru stole
Oh, yeah.
the Kanda name. she's just like, huh. Maybe I shouldn't hate that name as much. I still hate it, but maybe not as
Yeah,
much.
I know. Yeah, I know on an insight roll before I've picked up on that you hate the Kanda name, or you historically hated it. So yeah, I think I probably pick up on that.
Because my family, well, my mother's side, traces back through that all the way back to the Oracle.
The who?
And because of that, I carry the original sin of Earth because it was Virgil who gave blood to form the Eye of the Earth. It was Mechus who gave blood to form the fire orb, the heart of flame. So that is what made Solas the original sin for that. In which case, this is. You're sure it mentioned trace of original sin?
Yes? Hang on. She cure wounds herself a couple more times, so she's a little bit more sober. Yes. I put the thing in after talking to Inqua, gave him the ring back.
Because Emoja is the one who gave the blood for the air orb.
Who?
The person I spoke to earlier today, Emoja.
Right.
A dragonborn that is the spawn of Amanoth.
Who? I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. I need an owl.
Okay. You know those two.
Oh, wild shape.
Do you know that the two holograms that we were talking to, or spirits that we were talking to, not the one with the bowl, the other one?
All right.
That is Amanoth, who is a blue dragon.
Okay.
As the names of Amanoth and Emoja and the dragonbornness is mentioned to you, your mind fills with thoughts of Rook.
She just starts crying.
Chance, what did you do?
I don't know.
We'll fix it.
Why did that fucking break me?
Chance is just like very panicking. Like, does he remember any dragonborns?
Roll a history check, since you were often segregated.
Yes. that is a very fitting 2 to roll, as Chance begins to panic.
You're a bit distracted, like, at the moment, with one, like, you have a wedding to attend / be a part of in, like, 10 hours?
We're only, like, a few days travel away.
But, Inqua also got a, scroll of, traversed via plants.
Yeah, we can transport via plants there if we need to.
Yeah, but Inqua hasn't told us that.
Yeah, that's true.
He just kind of appeared. Chance likely suspects it's teleport because he can teleport.
Yes, what he needs to do to imitate a fraction of your power, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But yeah, like your thoughts are like very complicated right now with like memories of the wedding, trying to work out who the fuck this dude is. What's up with Providence? Like, also, like, I feel like Chance is constantly planning in, like, the back of his mind, like, at every possible juncture, like, the best way to combat, the Red Hand army.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, there's
he doesn't shut off. He's just always thinking about something.
There's no room, really, for, like, thinking about possible past Dragonborn.
Yeah, Chance is, like, very panicky. He looks towards the stairs and just disappears. He just steps up the stairs.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
do you want to talk about maybe what that was?
Oh, I just remembered my old man. That's all.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I'm gonna go try to find Chance.
Yeah, that's fine. See you
I mean,
tomorrow.
it would be pretty obvious. I think he just like casts a spell and then teleports up some stairs, which I presume doesn't put him in the second floor, 30 feet. And then you just hear him like walk, like probably walking to a room.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less.
I have no idea where the stairs are.
They are. Oh, they are hidden. They are here. It looks a lot darker in there, so I thought that room was hidden. Good to know it wasn't. Because I just tried to reveal it, and then I was informed.
No, it wasn't hidden. I'm just a dumbass.
We're all dumbasses here. This is why it's okay. Yeah, but basically Chance and Audra like retreat upstairs where there's like there's 6 rooms, each of which has 2 bedrooms inside it. They're very basic. Does anyone else like react downstairs?
I kind of call after Audra. I'm like, okay, be safe. Sorry. And then I just kind of move uncomfortably in my seat, like, oh, this is not going as I wanted it to.
You lot are nice. I landed in the right lot with you lot. Oh God.
I'm glad. Would it be terribly imposing to ask to stick around you all?
You can if you want, but I really don't want you in harm's way. So, I don't think we're sticking around that long. It's really whatever gestures vaguely upstairs. Once to get going, I kind of just follow along.
So I personally wouldn't have any problem you coming over to Grove or the floating island in the sky that we own, mind you. However, where we're going next, it may not be the best idea.
Yeah, I really don't want you going.
Yeah, I'll be fine. But yeah, no. Let's just say I don't think you'd really want to have the opportunity to have your soul taken from your very body, which is something we are going to have to risk.
Don't worry about that. I don't know whether or not I even have a soul. It remains to be proven.
At least yours isn't in bits like mine.
Maybe I have some of your bits.
Yeah, that's a weird statement.
I don't really mean to intrude on this conversation because it seems very private, but your soul is in bits?
Oh, right. I haven't really explained it to you a lot, and I'm sorry. I want to wait until it's a time when it's not really imposing, because there's nothing that can be really done about it. So it's like, what's the point of saying if nothing can be done about it, you know? It's kind of just imposing panic and worry for the sake of imposing it.
Well, I'm pretty sure the only person who'd worry here right now would be Arazid, because Audra's upstairs and so's Chance.
Inqua doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, but look at these crystals. Look how big they are. This big.
They are really
Inqua
big.
just doing a science experiment on the table while this conversation
Inqua's
is
making
going
one
on.
of those like baking soda volcanoes. Right, it's time to explain it. Long story cut short, I'm dying.
Hello, Will.
I mean literally. Like, you
Alright,
see
that's fair.
these, and she moves she moves her shirt collar further to like her shoulder, and you see that the black, like lightning veins almost that you can see on her neck go all across her shoulder. And she like puts that back and turns around and lifts her back of the shirt a little bit. So her back is completely tattooed. It's like a tree design. All of the roots are these black veins, and you assume it goes down further. It goes up the arms, that kind of thing. It's yeah. Like, I theorize that I've got roughly, I don't know, I've probably got about enough in me to see the sun get back in the sky, kick Cool's ass, and probably a Arazid. And then that's kind of it. After that, I don't know. Maybe a day or two, and then that's it.
Well, if it's any consolation, none of us really know what will happen when we put the sun back in the sky. So, for the majority of us, it could very well be a similar situation.
True. Yeah, why was I so worried about bringing that up?
Well, probably
nothing
because
could
there were a few people around that would probably make a big deal of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried everything. You know, resurrection, true resurrection, and true resurrection, that's really strong. Raised dead. I almost became a lich at one point, though we're not going to go into that.
No one wants to think about the undead, do they, my dear?
Except you. You're awesome.
Anyway, there's like a fucking like look that comes over Ferris's face. Like, did you just fucking out me?
Okay, if he is some sort of undead, I get advantage on like intelligence checks against undead. So can I see what's going on?
Yeah.
Just raw intelligence. What do you want me to roll? It just has to be intelligence based.
An investigation.
I'm not good at that, so let me try.
Have advantage, though.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Solas just say, I mean, in the right context, they're pretty cool.
Beta 13. Oh no. Ferris is some form of undead.
That's all I can come up with.
I mean, like, what are you looking for here? You're trying to
Like, I've heard that he's an undead. I want to see like what type, because my head immediately goes to, as Arazid, who is worried about everything. Lich?
Lich,
Hey, might be.
You look at him. You really like investigate Ferris. And like his appearance for the first time, his skin, like the palette is like chalk white, even whiter than like Providence, despite having been brought up in an area where there's not a lot of like buildings to shelter from the sun in, and like putting together the stuff that you know about like Providence having somehow replenished her blood supply through her spells, you conclude that Ferris is probably a dampier.
And what sort of information would I know about a dampier?
They're kind of like a half vampire, half human. They have all of the blood hunger of a vampire, and some of like the other like restrictions, but they're able to walk in the sun.
Okay. I'm trying to play my cards close to my chest and just kind of act like either I didn't hear the comment or it didn't really register with me.
His like bright yellow eyes like fix you with a slightly suspicious look, because you're kind of like, you straighten a little bit in like your posture, a bit out of character for you, but he doesn't seem to examine it for a long period of time. His attention is brought back to Providence again.
Well, I'm glad you two have each other. You guys seem to have a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. Providence and I have known each other since birth. She is as much a part of me as I am of her.
That's very cool, and I hope that when all this is over, you guys can reunite, even if it is, like, because of what you said, not for a long time, but, you know, any moment is better. Life is such a blessing, you know?
It really is.
Apparently.
What are we doing in the morning?
I gotta check in with everyone else, but I think, we're going... The wedding is soon, right?
In the morning, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, ain't it?
Oh yeah, you lot have got a wedding to go to.
Well, I mean, they do. Not sure what I'll be doing, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I overheard what Chance said, so I'm gonna go dig the fences, probably.
You should spare a few hours. Go and see your friends. Get hitched. You may never see that again.
True.
It's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah. Right. You're too drunk. I'd say I'd take the keys, but I have no... I haven't... Okay. I'm gonna go basically get a room and go to bed.
Thank you for sharing what you've shared with me. I really appreciate it.
No.
Ferris will like accompany you / help you up the stairs, even though you've got like a lot of your blood back. He just like wants to make sure that you get to your bed safely, and then he'll... I think like sleeping side by side is something you guys commonly did together.
Yeah.
So he'll like just lie in the bed next to you. And then we will zoom out slightly and zoom back into Chance having a little panic. And Audra running after him.
I'm sorry, are you, okay, shit, okay. Which door are we in? Knock. Chance? Chance?
Open. As Chance would poke his head out. Yeah.
Hi! So, you're here, so I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, after analyzing the situation, disappearing and going off to do my own thing sounded like the best option. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand what I did wrong or
Sure.
what happened. So
Me
removing
either.
myself from the situation is the best solution.
Well, God, it's hard to argue with that logic. Honestly, you might be right. But you're like better now that you've been like removed from the situation. You're like feeling okay.
Oh yeah.
Your like heart rate and respiration has returned to normal.
Yes. Oh, I don't
Okay.
think it elevated all that much, if I'm being completely honest.
How completely honest is Chance being?
As honest as he seems to be. He's not trying to. It was more of a, oh god, what landmine did I step on? Just fear than it was anything else.
Well, this room is really dusty, but Jeans, do you want to stay in here, or do you like?
I mean, you can't cast transport via plants, and I can't cast teleport till the morning, so what other options?
Well, Inqua might be able to cast it. I mean, he did like teleport to us on the island, so maybe he can do that now.
Potentially?
We could ask, but we have to go downstairs to ask.
Chance will narrow his eyes as he runs through scenarios. Alright, that's all.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna hold your hand and maybe that'll make it a little bit better.
Just give me one sec. And Chance just like walks back towards like the bed that he had already like fully set up, stuff ready to just like do like magic stuff and everything. Like hacks it all up. It takes like a whole minute, and then just kind of like walks back
How did
over.
you get all that out in that little amount of time?
Nervous energy.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been
It's
moving
fine.
faster,
It's
but
fine. You can show me your secrets later. It's fine.
I'm moving faster because I am just moving faster, or is it because I foresee outcomes and just shortcut to them? Like my perceiving, like before I unlocked magic, my perception, it seems so much better. Was that because the gift of sight wasn't blocked by a magical effect, or there's too much magic for it to be realized at this point? Was I tapping into something that I didn't know? There is so many questions.
Well, people who don't have magic probably don't like, understand it as well, and it's like you see the effects of magic, but it's like, it's like having a sixth sense, you have a whole different set of awareness now, so it makes sense that it would take a while to like get used to it.
Like basically nothing had gotten past me. Like it was almost as if I wasn't looking for things as it was I knew they were there.
Yeah, you were really on top of it. You were very sharp awareness of everything, pretty much. I mean, yeah, but that's changed for you. Does it bother you?
I don't know. It feels as though something's missing. It's the what was said, the seeds inside, and the mention of that the gift of the oracle could be passed down, that there is a seed, like
So
what if I was and the magic has nullified it or muddied it?
Well, I mean, there is divination magic. You could always brush up on that particular school.
No, I don't believe it was magic, or it was a natural born divination to foresee these
I mean, even inborn divination abilities, those are magical. My inborn ability to reach out to people in their minds is magical.
I don't know. Like I said, I need to. Apparently, Kage has the ability, so like I said earlier on the island, if when we do eventually settle down, I would like you to cast Dream if you could.
Yeah, I have the ability. We haven't really done anything other than talking to people, which is, you know, I'm not sure that we'd be casting spells, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, let's head down for now then and figure out what we're doing to rest. Because I mean, if we just get up at like the crack of dawn and then just kind of show up in Grove, I don't think there's any difference between us sleeping there.
Well, I think the ceremony was actually supposed to happen at sunrise.
I mean, are we then not going to rest?
I mean, we might be, if we go now, we might be. I mean, it's only like 7, 8 o'clock.
It's about more like 9 now.
Okay, well, if we go like now and we go right to bed, then we should be able to rest.
All right. Well, let's gather everyone then and figure out what we're doing. Because we could even just rest here, so we're already here, and then in the morning I can just teleport us all. Although then I won't be able to do that again until the next day.
Yeah.
As you guys pass down the hallway, you hear some familiar snores coming from one of the rooms, intermingled with some unfamiliar snores. And when you would arrive back downstairs, you would see that Providence and their friend are gone.
So Providence already went to. Okay. Hey, Inqua, no way you could get us back to Grove tonight, right? That's like no way, right?
Actually, I have this the nifty little transport scroll or plant scrolls. Transport via plants that I made, and if it's needed now, I can transport us there in 6 seconds.
Well, we would need Providence. Because we're not leaving her or her friend behind if that's what they want to do.
Is the problem that they're like asleep, or I know that is a problem, but I should all be able to fit in one casting of it.
I think we did the math. We can get like a dozen people through if need be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whole party plus Ferris would be able to get in.
Yeah.
You know, I've been working out, so I feel like I'm totally strong enough to carry Providence. I'm gonna go try to lift her.
I'll offer the smelling salts. You might need this.
Oh, great! You smell really good. I'll
I'll smell them.
Okay.
Things have happened to me in the course of being drunk. I'm now being kidnapped.
Not kidnapped.
I'm strength is my dumb stat, so I'm actually not strong enough to carry you. It was kind of a joke.
Do you go up and open the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awake.
Oh.
Wait, really?
She pretends to sleep.
Well,
So Ferris goes to sleep.
Ferris is like kind of like wrapped around her, like a limpet, just like
Oh god.
like arm and leg just like draped over her, just like his head like snuggled into like her shoulder or like chest area. And like it seems like Audra is making like snoring Providence is making like snoring noises, but when Audra opens the door, like immediately like Providence's eyes lock with Audra's.
Hi. So we're leaving.
You get a thumbs up. And then just eyes glance over to this situation.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get here's a pillow. Here's another pillow.
Are you gonna leave Ferris?
I will leave a note just saying look after you because I might not be coming back.
Okay, please roll me acrobatics.
Can I give the help action since I'm helping with the pillows?
Sure.
I will go invisible as well. Just cause.
Wouldn't help with, like, the whole, like, sensation of extricating yourself from Ferris.
I know,
But
just...
the DC is low because this isn't the first time you've done this.
Yeah.
You, pop a pillow, like, around, like, his, like, knees, another one, like, under his arm, another one next to his face. Write a quick note, and come downstairs.
Says.
I did it, guys. I did it.
Chance does not make eye contact
Oh no.
with Providence, as he just kind of walks up towards the innkeeper and hands him 10 OGP.
Asanda will be quite taken aback by this amount, but very thankful.
Thanks for everything. I'm not sure if, well, with the coming trials and tribulations and everything, I've enjoyed the food, enjoyed the company. You've been good to us. It's time for us to be good to you.
Thank you very much, and the best of luck to you all. What's that for there, buddy?
When Chance gets back.
Okay.
With that, Chance is just gonna, like, kind of come back and just awkwardly vibe.
She comes over and gives you a hug.
Aw.
Chance is as stiff as a board, like, paralyzed.
Oh no, Chance.
Yeah, probably.
You really have to warn him before you do that.
Yeah. Sorry. I needed to get out of the way. That out of the way. Still don't know. Oh well. Where are we going? Doing?
To Grove?
We have a wedding to attend, our wedding. If we're not there, it's probably not going to happen.
I would be concerned if your wedding went ahead with you two not there, and they got doppelgangers to replace you.
No, like, you've never heard of, like, a proxy wedding? I read about it in this book after I heard about arranged marriages.
God, those things. Can we leave now?
Oh, yeah. Inqua, I guess we all go over to the big tree with the sword in it, because that's the only plant around here I think it's big enough for this.
Some of the palm trees would probably work if, like, you, like, shimmied in sideways. But, like, the sword tree has become quite, iconic by now to you guys.
It's the spot.
Okay. You, head over there. Bippity boopity, pass through Plantides.
Wait. Wait. Orbs stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Some of it's gone past me, but wait. You said it was, like, bloodline related?
Well, not all of it. I'm water element, but they don't say original sin when mine goes, so I don't think I have a genetic connection.
But
It appears that original sin would have direct connection to those who gave
so
which...
So I have a connection to the person who gave the air one? What?
There's a strong possibility.
Who was that? Was it...
Emoja, he lives here, actually. And Chance is gonna, like, wave a hand around.
At this time in the evening, Emoja would be, like, back in his little hut. Back in their little hut.
Hey. That can be handled at a later time, I'm sure.
They're only, like, 106 years old. There's time. Sorry, 1,006 years old.
Casual.
With that, bippity boppity boopity. travel through Plantides, and we arrive back in Grove, and that's where we're going to end today's session.
Right.
Do you have a question if we get long rest or not? Because I was just wondering if I can roll for stuff beforehand, because I wanted to know if you had the +3 thing ready.
You would be able to long rest once you guys arrive in Grove. We can deal with that out of game.
Okay. Because I got a lot of magic items that I'm going to dump to try to get to +3.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll deal with it like part out of session, part at the beginning of next. Alright?